Welcome. Beginning practice the standing position. Today, if you like practicing with socks on, you can. Whatever helps you find contentment. You're in charge. What works for you. This is to make a connection with the earth, and that's where we begin. So I know you're standing on a floor, most likely, and not outside touching the actual ground, but it's there underneath you. It's under all of us. It's unifying us in a way. Earthlings. Try to find your design. What's your spine doing right now? We are designed to live here with gravity pulling us onto the earth and the ability to be upright. Just trying to find balance in the same standing pose. Pause and notice. Make little refinements. So you feel a nice flow of energy. A little active pressing into your feet will wake up the muscles of your legs. Push down a little bit. Feel how far that rises up. Breathing out. One more time. Breathe in, reach up your arms. Breathe out, bring your hands down to your heart center. Pranamasana, hands come away. Elbows up to your own degree. Each choice, breathe in deeply. Sensing vibration. Release your hands to your chest, bring your chin down. Do this mindfully. Shoulders down first, chin towards the chest, lengthen your neck. And your shoulders down off your ears. If you'd like to create intention or place gratitude, maybe just remember what you're here for, possibly guiding the mind goal of yoga. Reducing our suffering. Release. Please step your feet easy wide. Bring your left arm across your body, palm facing back. So your pelvis is allowed to do a little twist here. We do a little twist and a shoulder stretch. Catch underneath with your right arm. So hook the arms, shoulder stretch and twist. 5 breaths. Make choices that support your well-being, happiness, causing no harm. One more time. So that gives us something to do, something for our logical brain to work on. Let that feel complete. Come to center and come into the eagle. So just bring your hands towards each other, lift a little bit. Find a sweet spot in your body here. Maybe out of chin tuck, breathe a few times. Exhale, lift your chin, lower your arms, release open, big stretch up and out. And bring down your arm to the other side. Bring your right arm across, palm back. Hook your elbow above your other elbow if possible. Give it a little rotation. So you can move your feet, give yourself room to twist. And a customized stretch on your shoulders. Press the earth with your feet. Find a steady spot for your gaze. Ujjayi pranayama, breathing with sound through your nose. One more time. Sometimes there's a little room to grow at the very end. Find a little more space. Return to center with a little slowness. Bring your hands together in some way. Maybe add a little lift in the elbows and the chin down movement. Stretching the backs of the shoulders, upper back, and release. Big sweep of the arms up and out with the wings, and bring it down. One more. I shouldn't say that. Next one, bring up your right arm, bring it behind you. Bend your elbow, so warming up with the cow face. Come up and catch that opposite elbow, guiding it towards the back of your head. Your hands somewhere in the back of your head or spine is all fine. What have you done with your rib cage here? Have you lifted the front in an extreme way to get up here? Lift the back too. Shoulders away from the body is fine. Shoulders up. Gives you longer arms. One more breath. Release with some care, just a little slowness, letting go, letting go. Coming down. Other side, so external, thumb up and back. Reach it way up behind you. Bend your elbow to clear your head. The back of the head works. Come down your spine. And that brings your elbow towards your head. Come up, shoulder up, reach over. All right, press into your feet. Steady gaze and breath. Rib cage, all lifting. Compassionately be where you are with your body. One more breath. Release the reaching arm first, the other one second. Internal, both shoulders. Hug behind. Hug it up. Bar up your arms as you can hug comfortably, and coming to a little standing back bend, which means with easy wide feet, bringing your pelvis forward, lifting the ribs, lifting the heart, and gaze down your nose. Does not need to be a big movement. Stay grounded. Gaze grounds downward. Maybe open up your throat a little bit. One more breath, exploring, going back. Bring your pelvis underneath to come up. And work your feet hip distance to come into forward fold. Take your time coming in. Where do your hands come? It's fine if your knees bend. Just find a place to rest your hands. Letting your spine lengthen. One more deep breath. Halfway lift pose, inhale. Find the uplift in your low belly and exhale back to plank pose. Strengthening the shoulders with pressing of the hands. Calm. 2 more breaths. Take away anything excess. Where can you bring that sense of calm? And then bring your knees down. Keep your toes tucked. You can refine that. Go back puppy. Elbows lift in puppy pose. Head down, shoulders broad. Find your breath. Are you feeling that energy in your shoulders from all those shapes? And let them feel warm and open through the practice. Inhale, when you're ready, come up to your hands and knees. There's a little pulling energy here, strengthening the upper body as you pull into table. Settle your knees and your feet. Moment to close your eyes and feel the low belly, gently drawing a little tone into that place below the breath. For bird dog pose, reaching your right arm and your left leg away from each other. It's okay to just do the leg if you need. Use the grounding hand and foot to help you balance. For 1 more breath, add a little bit more. And then spread your hand and lower your knee for the other side. Just make the shift. Steady gaze. For 1, 2, 3. Concentration. One of the 8 limbs of yoga. One of the ways that brings us into that state of calm awareness, bringing it down. Come into an up dog cow spine. Sorry, there it is. Cow, stand tabletop, gaze down. And press into cat spine, tuck your tail, round your whole line of vertebrae. Twice more, bring your heart and face forward and through your arms. Exhale. Mid back reaches towards the sky, press your hands. A little pulling energy in the hands to cow. Pull and then push into cat. And release. Bear pose, hovering the knees 2 inches on the way to downward dog. So tuck your toes, make sure your hands are spread and set in a place where you feel that the power, be able to press into your arms. Remember to take away any excess effort. One of our meditations, Sthira Sukha Asanam. Exhale, and then come to downward dog, the weight moving into the legs. Resettle if needed anywhere, and hold steady for 5. One more time, breathe deeply. Weight back into the legs on the exhale, using that lift in the low belly and the pressing of the hands. Inhale, come forward, do a little hop or light stepping if you like, and halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, fold in. Inhale, standing up. So there's plenty of time. The breath stretches out so the body has time to fully experience the shapes, even for one breath. And exhale, slowly bring your arms down, find your mountain pose. Inhale, arms reach. Now they reach down, exhale. Have them ready, spread them for where they land and ground, breathing out. Halfway lift, the weight comes into the balls of the feet. We shift the weight forward in the body a little bit in anticipation of going back. Keep your hips low, both legs go back. Press into the round spine of cat for your plank this time. Just remember that flex spine feeling of cat. Uses whole different muscles. Pulls you way up onto the toes. One more time. Flex spine, plank. Bring down your knees and do the cat just to feel that flex spine. Continue and then keep your spine round as you go back to your heels in that direction. Take a little time with this. Lower down, feel that stretch across the low back in the seat. Undrape your arms, bring your head down. Increasing resilience by being able to move into different energy qualities in the different shapes. Meet each where it is. One more breath. Gently compressing your front body here. Give yourself a little squish. Coming to upward dog. Got this dive out on the mat, readying the hands with an outward spin, straightening the arms, and you can stay on your knees if you like. Come forward just the right amount with your pelvis. No harming. Gaze down your nose. Exhale back and tuck toes, downward facing dog. Come up slowly. Step your feet in a little if you need to find your V upside down. Head down. That little lifting in the toes if you like that increased stretch in the lower legs. Work here. Four. Relax your toes. One more breath. Exhale, weight back. So we're loading the weight into the legs to come forward. Halfway lift, breathe in. Fold forward, breathe out. Rising to greet the sun out there behind the clouds. Our sun honoring practices and release coming down. It's really not a bad idea since it's responsible for everything. One more inhale coming up. Surya. Forward fold. Sun gratitude. Halfway lift, the forward inner T. And the feet, maybe your other leg can go back first. You tend to take one back. Send the other one back if possible. Vashisthasana, the side plank to the left side. Do it in your own way. 4, one more breath for this exploration. Over to the other side, so that balancing hand, pressing strongly. You can have your knee down on the right leg if you would like. Exploring a little opening in the shape today, one more time. And back to center. Upward dog, you may bring your knees down first or work your pelvis forward with your feet. Use your feet. Lift them over one at a time, pull back, downward dog. One more time. Way back, coming forward, breathing in. Stretch the breath to the half lift. Breathe out, fold in. Start with your head, inhale, standing up, reaching up. Push the plane of your face towards the sun. And exhale, release. Your arms, excuse me. Pause and feel a moment. So it feels like work. It's designed to help us get into our bodies and warm them up. You are stronger now. Stepping back to the ball of your left foot. Use your hands at your waist if that's helpful for balance, or even out to the sides as you work on this. Find your way in, lower down into that crescent lunge and bring up your arms, breathing in, shoulders down. Twist to the right. Back to center. Bring down your back foot, turning the toes to the side, and bring your arms the other way for warrior B. Keep the low ribs drawn underneath you. Know your tendencies. Straighten your front leg for triangle pose, reaching up and down. Once more. Coming up and back to reverse warrior. Bring out your knee over your ankle, go back. If you wanted to work the cow face arms here, you can do that. Feet not gripping, keep them steady. One more time, breathe out. Coming back to the top section of your mat. For the other side, stepping back to the right foot with the high lunge position. A moment to settle in to that space. At the upward arms, the upward face. Exploring rotation to the left side. Turn to center. Warrior B. Bring out your back toes to the side. Settle down. Shoulders and hips. Turn to look forward. Extend a triangle pose over and down. So you could always, if you struggle with background noise being distracted, you could always play some chill ambient music while we practice. Or learn to come into that inner quietness using the breath sound. Keep drawing yourself back to that. Dropping in. Reverse warrior, last one in this sequence of standing positions. Going back a bit with the spine. Deeply grounding, standing practice. So we might think of like child's pose, also grounding. Lying down your back, yes. But standing poses, we put all the weight through the feet where we have our energy connect with the earth energy. And release. Staying to the side of your mat. Step your feet hip distance for Chandra Namaskar. Let's have a moment for moon awareness. Half moon, just picture that circle with the line right down the center. Symmetry, balance of light and dark, yin and yang. Bring a little bit more of that yin energy, a little less striving. Breathe out one more time. Bring up your arms and inhale. Exhale, side bend to your left side. Calmly take away any excess. Coming up, breathe in, maybe add an upward gaze. And then a little rib cage, side bend, spine, side bend. The lower hand pressing into the upper hand. Try to find samas. One more breath out. And we inhale strong to center. Exhale, hands down and step to Goddess Utkaha Konasana, coming down. So it can be fierce and soft at the same time. Keep gently lowering. One more time, breathing out. A little glute squeeze to activate those muscles as we come up. We all know the glutes, right? And then release your arms. Triangle to your left side. So coming back, we've already practiced a triangle pose. This one, let's take the top arm into the internal shoulder and behind the waist, continuing that upward spin of the heart and face. Breathing in, release, and turn to the front of your mat with your pelvis and your ribs. Work your feet and legs for Parsvottanasana. On the spine to breathe in, breathe out, bringing the hands down today, maybe to the shin. If you'd like, if they reach the floor, you can spin them and walk them back. Be where you are, head down. Asymmetry in the body, try to find samas. One more time. Releasing to Anjaneyasana, the back knee coming down to the floor. The front knee coming forward. Pay attention to your spine. Hear what happens when you bring your knee forward, pelvis forward. Lengthen your spine into back bend. Let's Come to the back of the body with the hands, fingers down, gently guiding your pelvis forward, grounding your low back. One more breath. Complete. Transition to side lunge, so release from the forwardness. This front leg now turns to the side along with the knee. So we work back to facing the side of the mat. Side lunge, you could come up onto your leg with both arms, or stay lower if you're feeling good there. Gently deepen until you find that range of motion, good sensation. Exhale again. Release that and coming to Malasana. I've been leaving this out of this sequence for a long time, but I did it recently and by request, doing it again. So work yourself into a squat position. You can sit down and do it from your seat or lower down. So determine your own body as far as heels can come up, feet as wide as they need to be. Support yourself coming into a squat for your body. 5 breaths. Concentrate. Mala, garland, string of beads. One more time. Support with your hands to come out, and we're going over to the side lunge, starting our circle back to where we started. What's your spine doing? Letting energy flow through it in every shape. Exhale once again. Anjali Asana, facing the back of your mat. So there's a bit of a turn here. Bringing down the back knee, find your lunge, and then come forward. Use your hands on your low back to guide your pelvis. Open your heart. Gaze down. 4. One more slow breath. Press into that front foot especially. Coming to Parsvottanasana, so the back leg straightening out. You can stay if you're already in that position, or you can come from above. Intense side stretching pose. Or breathing out. One more time. Utthita Trikonasana, transitioning to triangle pose. Turn to the side and come up, and then if you'd like to dive your arm behind, rotate your rib cage and your face upward. Inhale when you're ready. Press the feet, come to Utthita Konasana with your thumbs on the inside of your thighs. Settle down into your wide squat and bring your right shoulder forward and down. And keep your legs steady and just rotate your upper body, other side, come up. Bring your other shoulder towards the center line and downward. Just let your face face where it faces. And release. Work your feet under your hips. Slide your left hand down the side of your body and bring your right arm into side bend. Start to really calm and quiet after that strong set of poses. but with a calm attitude. Over the other way, ground your arm into your body for this one. Bring your hips out to the side a little bit to find that big side stretch. Whatever big is in your body. And coming back to center. And let the mat pinkies together a moment for inner listening. This is also one of the gratitude mudras where you can fill that space with something you're grateful for, or a general sense. A little check-in, halfway through practice. Feel your hands. Breathing out. Lifting to the right side. Move your hips over to the side until your left foot comes off the floor a little bit. But feel that, right? When pressing more, slide a piece of paper under that foot. Trying to stay as symmetrical as you can. One more time. Both feet, center. Feel center and shift just enough to get your foot off the ground. It's okay if your toes stay down or something. Just find that list. 5 breaths. Trying to keep centered in spite of this asymmetry. Last one. Exhale, landing. Lunar forward fold, lunar uttanasana. So we just have the knees bend, the palms up, come slowly forward and down. You may keep your knees bending, rest your chest on your thighs, palms up, breathe. Exhale one more time. So it's more of a spine waterfall than the legs. Working on their straightness. Flip your hands and bring your legs back. Coming to dolphin pose, 1 forearm at a time. Coming down, hands to the earth or together. Head between your elbows. Refine your feet. Uplift your low belly. Dolphin. Your watery nature. Strong awareness in the pelvis. Forearm plank pose. Lower your hips. Wiggle your balls of your feet back. Maybe your knees come down. For 1, calmly abide. 2, press down into the ground. Wide belts around the waist. Pull toes and elbows towards the navel. Burn your thighs. All the resources I can think of. And come down, let it be. Let it be. Release your feet and widen your legs. Spread your hands and reach them out overhead as you come down. Exhale slowly. Feel where you touch the ground. Inhale, lift your head and chest. Maybe pull your hands back for seal pose, 5 breaths. And come down. Half frog to the right for 5 breaths. Come on in. Knee comes up beside you on the floor. Release all effort. the rhythmic breathing we have established, so hopefully it will keep going. If not, remind it to. Over to the other side. The practice of disturbing yourself as little as possible as you change and go right back into the stillness. Feel one more exhale, come into your navel center. Reawakening that part of you as you stretch your leg out and come back to center. Spin your hands outward as you hug your elbows in and bring them down until you feel powerful enough to press and lift to your knees. Back to a wide child's pose. Adding a threading needle movement if you would like, kind of yen style. If you prefer threaded needle from up in tabletop, that is just fine. Where do you want your hips to be, up or down? If this one feels a little hard to breathe in the wide child's pose, so work with yourself. Find a place where you can breathe. Add the needle thread shape. Soften everything you can soften. 4, 5, changing sides without the extra work of the reaching out that we sometimes do, keeping it pretty chill. Soften, find your breath. Four, exhaling slowly one more time. Breathe in, coming out and up to a cow spine. Exhale to a down dog or puppy with a lion's breath out. From down dog or kneeling, come to lizard lunge with your right leg stepping out on the outside of your right hand or arm. Stay just like this, or do other fancy moves, like lowering your back knee if you want to. Check your spine, focusing on that somewhat today. Know what your spine is doing in each pose. And exhale back to puppy or down dog, lion's breath out. Open now. And close your mouth, back to nose breathing, step to lizard on the other side. Include your neck and your spine awareness. One more time. Exhale, one word, lion's breath. Let go, open your mouth, stretch your jaw, front of your chest, your throat. Come through and sit down. Arrive in staff pose. Tuck your chin lightly, draw back your toes. Hands rest beside you. Time for the transition to seated. And release. Relax your feet, lift your chin. Picking up your right leg below your knee and at your ankle, moving your hip around a little bit, spine up and down, side to side, and guide your leg either to Janu Shirsasana, foot on the inseam, or if it works for your body, to lift your heel towards your navel center and bring your knee more forward. So a seated half lotus or the knee out on the floor beside you. Okay. Maybe staying there. If you'd like to explore forward fold, do not cause harm. So come forward a bit. We're trying to, in half lotus, bring the knees beside each other. One more breath out. And with lots of mindfulness, releasing from either shape. Bring that leg back out beside the other one and move over to the other side. So either bring it alongside your leg and come forward, or move the hip a bit. You do this first, up and down, side, side, just explore. Hip deeply rotates externally, and then your knee rotates externally and your foot rotates externally here. So, and they are all connected. Come on in, guide your heel towards your pubic bone or navel. If it works, stay with Janu Shirsasana if you're not sure. Come out and down, loving awareness in your knees, your spine. You can let me know if you're interested in doing more of this work, how it's going for your body, since I can't see you very much. It's a little bit coming on up. And let that leg come out beside the other one. Let's let that be. Ankle pumps. Heart lift pose, upside down plank or tabletop. Spread your hands, spin them outward a bit here. Find your power. Point your toes, lift your chest. You may stay or come up. 5 breaths. Last one. And lower down. Coming to lie down slowly. If you need anything, and stay on our backs for the rest of class. Now, take care of anything you need before you lie down. As slowly as possible. Resist. Tuck your chin and you will land safely on the back of your body, coming to Takada Mudra, lying on your back like you're standing in Samasthiti. Long neck, spine centered, shoulders down. Hands ground on the floor beside you, and you activate your feet like you're standing on them. Breathing in deeply. Breathing out, creating the mudra, which is a pull in the belly. So let your belly ground. As you breathe out, the breath goes down to the navel center. Inhale, expand your ribcage. Exhale, ground your breath down into your belly. Feel that strength. One more time, developing that strength. From that place, keep that toning. If you know yourself, use your hands. Maybe you can lift your legs up without bending your knees. Don't harm yourself though. Bend your knees if you need to. Come on up and see how that helps you come up. Legs in the air or shoulder stand pose. And 5, Legs more towards you or plow pose. Keep grounding your hands, whatever touches the ground. Uttana Padasana, come from plow or legs towards you, back to center and then away until your low belly is challenged, but your low back feels pretty grounded. And then bring your hands together and point your toes, extended foot pose. Stay calm. Fortifying the belly center. And release, bring your knees down into your chest and rock side to side. Rock up and down. Come to figure 4. Left leg on top. Find your shape. Option to add a bridge lift up with this shape today if it works. Use your arms again to help you find that lift. Press down. One more time and we'll come down and stay with the figure 4 for another set of 5 so you can customize or even do the stack knees coming in. All fine. What supports your happiness? What supports your body? Starting to soften when you get those chances here. Quieting. Release to the other side. Gratitude for the first side. Pause. And then come in with awareness. Figure 4, external hip, knee, and foot. Be where it is with your body. Stay foot on the ground or bring in or go further away. And optional coming up to a bridge. Use your arms down on the ground again. If your spine needs space, let your head slide away from your foot. Trying to lift up with a level pelvis. One more. Give it some more energy. Find a little more lift. Mindful lowering down. Continue your figure 4 for 5 more breaths. Or add the crossover if you wanted to do that. Cow face, legs. Breathe out one more time. And release. Do some windshield side to side. Move the hip joints a little bit each rotation. Ananda Balasana. Pick up your feet, maybe one at a time. Spreading the low back into the ground as you widen your knees. Bring your feet towards the ceiling. Let your arms and hands come in and support where you feel good in this work. Perhaps a little exploration on each side, bringing that knee towards the ground on the outside of your torso, and then the other, so you could spend a little time one side at a time. Try not to feel frustrated with your body, but focus on what you can do. Keep practicing. And if you can't be compassionate with your body, it's something that can be hard, but to be compassionate with others, so important to remember to practice on ourselves. my tree, passion. And let's come out of that deep hips in, work to come to a lie down and stretched out pose, maybe even a block underneath your pelvis. 2, reach. 3, and 5. Resting pose. Change anything that you need to change. Minimize disturbance. Give yourself comfort and warmth so that you're not disturbed by discomfort and being cold or having your bony feet resting on a hard surface, stuff like that. Invite the rhythmic breathing to go. An exhale of gratitude for the Ujjayi pranayama practice. Letting the jaw and the nose, the teeth and lips, tongue relax. Hips release externally by nature. So they have that falling away from the midline. You separate them comfortably wide. Let go of any holding, any activation there. Maybe that bring your hands to your torso so you can feel your breathing. Feel grounded by your own natural breath practice. Letting go of any holding in the pelvic floor. Maybe engage that for a moment. Draw the flame in and up. And relax it completely, along with the belly. Deep belly breaths. And then awareness at the heart center. Physical heart a little to the left. The lungs breathing slowly and completely a few times. Nose and mouth combo. Next exhale, let it go through your mouth. And let shoulders, arms, and hands and fingers roll away from the midline. Midline awareness at the center of your forehead, letting that space spread and broaden the bridge of the nose. Forehead smooth and open. The middle of the brain softening. Go inside a stone. That would be my way. Let somebody else become a dove or Nash with the tiger's tooth. I am happy to be a stone. From the outside, the stone is a riddle. No one knows how to answer it. Yet within it must be cool and quiet, even though a cow steps on it full weight, even though a child throws it in a river. The stone sinks, slow, unperturbed, to the river bottom, where the fishes come to knock on it and listen. I have seen sparks fly out when two stones are rubbed, so perhaps it is not dark inside after all. Perhaps there is a moon shining from somewhere, as though behind a hill. Just enough light to make out the strange writings, star charts on the inner walls. Welcome your body into a lying down twisting pose of your choice. Guiding your knees to one side or one knee across. What's your favorite? Twisted roots. Put your head turn the other way and find an openness across your heart center as you lie down and rotate your spine. One more time. Stay, rest. And awareness of the spine has been a theme throughout today. Guide yourself to that twist on the other side. Customize for this side. Knees, knee across, twisted roots. What do you like? Head rolls the other way. Heart open. We apply the Ujjayi pranayama. Breathe deeply through your nose. Stretch it out. Try to be present with this. Exhale to feel complete. Swallow and bring yourself back to center or roll to one side to come to seated. Make your way to seated position. We didn't start here today, but we did sit and we did stretch our hips and move our spines and shoulders. So come and be with that practice for a moment. When we're soft breath, meditation does not have to last a long time, and it can be a moving one like our yoga practice. The ability to touch the now with your awareness. Pranamasana, inhale. Rest your hands into your torso, elbows hugging in, chin down, grateful. You may even lift the sternum a little bit with your thumbs to guide your shoulders down and back. And release. Thank you. I hope this prepares you to feel good. Carrying on with your day. Remember to hydrate from our practice. It's not a sweaty yoga necessarily, but it does use a lot of energy and a lot of breath. Let me know about the half lotus pose if you're interested in exploring and working on that more.
I'm interested in that, but I don't know if I could do it. Because my, when I'm